I'm going to introduce you to SmartProperties, which is a tool you'll have access with Market Services Premium. So just to give you a quick definition, so it is a tool that lets you quickly create and modify a list of properties on all types of SolidWorks documents. You'll be able to easily define it via a customizable input mask that you can see right here. So it will allow you to customize it, and you will be able to standardize all your input properties. With it too, we will be seeing together that it is kind of an intuitive user interface. And if you have a PDM vault, you do not have to worry about it because you can connect each other. So how does it work? Here you have the folder selection, which means now, as you can see, I am in an empty part. So here I'm going to select where I want to choose the file where I want to save my parts. So by example, here I have to go look for right here a file, and here if I'm using the little star, I can use the last selected location. Here we created two types of parts. All of this input mask is fully customizable. So here we just created two types of parts, project and standard. Why? Because you can see what we can do and what we can't do. So here we just like think that standard is like drop down menu. So whether I'm selecting properties like all of the follow-up or following, and if I'm on the project type of parts, here it's a write down type of input mask, which means I have to write down my properties. So here for the project name, I'm just gonna go with Visitive. And here for the product number, I'm gonna go with 1234. As you can see, when I write down Visitive here, I have a component number that increments itself to 128. Why? Because this is the 128th part I'm doing for this project name. As you can see, those two first properties are in red because we must write down into it if we want to save the input mask. If, as you're going to see, if there is nothing in it, I can't validate it because my project name property is empty. Also, my project number is empty. And we added another condition on the project number property, which means I must have a minimum of 4 characters in it. So let's fit it in. So Visitive here. And here 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see there, I got my file name here that's creating itself. Why? Because it's like a concatenation, which means we're going to take some properties next to each other to another, so we can have a file name. Here we have PR for projects, our project name and a product number, and then a component number, which means that I am completely canceling the risk of error that can be due in a method office, because I can have as much as I want of part of that are Visitive and 1234. My name will always be unique because my component number will always incrementing itself every time it is a new part that I'm creating. So now, how do you modify it as you want for your method office? So you can go all the way down, and here you have the settings. So you can click on it. Here, as you can see, there is a list of properties type here, and here is all properties we have in our input mask. So here I have my project properties, and here my standout properties. Here I have properties that I can select and just slide away left so that we can have them in our input mask. For the file name, I told you that we took some properties to be able to put them next to another full file name. Of course, you can completely modify it and you can take the properties you want for the naming of your project, which means here, for example, if you used to start your name with 2025 or like the year we are in, you can completely modify it. This is really as you want. Here for the component number, if you already have one, so you just have to select here the little button here. And then, as you can see here, you can choose the type of content you want. If you want a simplified one or an advanced one. For the advanced one, you can select the format of the content. If you want numbers, letters, or if you already have your custom list of your own contour, an Excel or a text one, you can click on it here and then add it from here. You can also choose the step and the starting value. If you want to add specification and condition on properties, you can do so. For example, if I'm taking this customer properties, I need to change the up here the property name. So this is my customer property name, properties, sorry. And here I get my specification. For example, I can choose to lock the field. I can choose to lock the field if any like properties exist or is equal to or superior or inverse to another. So this is how you can modify your list. Obviously, you can add a drop-down menu that can be Excel or text, and you can add, of course, a dynamic menu. So this is how you can fully customize your input mask. So do not hesitate to do it as you method office want to do. Here now we can validate all smart properties input mask. And as you can see here, I have the good names and it's going to be saved in the right file, but I can still modify the file I want it in, and I can still modify my name. So this is not the ideal. So if you want to um, automatically add your folder selection, you can, and you won't be able anymore to be able to change of file and of naming. So you will completely cancel the risk of mistakes. Now let me show you another way to use smart properties. You can also visit duplicator part with its associated drawing. So how can you do this? Here I've taken a page that is already existing and all of the input mask is already completely filled in. So here we're going to modify some properties. So I'm going to go still with visitive. As you can see, my component number is still incrementing itself. And here I'm going to change my product number. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So as you can see, my name is still unique thanks to my component number. And here in the description, I'm just going to say that it's my number 2 revision. So now when I am validating my input mask, Smart Properties realizes that this port is already existing, so I am duplicating it. So you have several saving options, and here you can copy the reference drawing. So I am selecting it, and as you can see here, I have my new naming that is following up. So let's go with it, and now we can save it. Now, as you can see, I have my old part here and my old drawing here, and I have my new part here, visitive, and my new drawing here. Now, let's go see what happened in the drawing. As you can see here, my cartridge has changed. Here, my number 2 revision is well specified, and here my naming has changed too in my cartridge. So what we suggest to you is really to take time on this smart properties input mask because it will be really important for you and you'll be able to reduce so many type of mistakes and win so much time.